Hi, this is Helen Martyrs from HypnoFit, and just in the car about to go out for a lovely evening with some friends, and really looking forward to it. It's going to be a lovely restaurant down in St Kilda, the Stokehouse actually tonight. I'm keen to go there because many of you would know that it has been burnt down, and they've rebuilt it, so can't wait to go and see the new Stokehouse. And what I would like to talk to you about today is something that came up recently in terms of the number one contributor to feeling happy. And what they found was that multiple meaningful relationships help you feel happy. And so as I reflected upon this, I thought that's really important for me, to have multiple meaningful relationships. It is something that I do take care of in my life, and you can't just expect it to happen. You have to work at it. Like anything, you have to work at it. And for myself, I do make an effort to make sure that I do catch up with different sets of friends. For instance, tonight we're catching up with David and Jane from Sydney, and they're down for a few days because they're presenting workshops on their dental practice. And I thought it was a great opportunity to catch up tonight so that we could spend some time with them. And so the thing is, in order for that to happen, you have to make the effort. You have to actually initiate the discussion. Like in this instance, I said, let's catch up, and organised it, and we are. That's what you have to do. You can't, sit back and wait for other people to organise the catch-ups. Now, so if you do enjoy the company of other people, it's a good idea to make the effort to actually catch up. So just going back to that point about the number one element to being happy is having multiple meaningful relationships. And I think that in actual fact, I know that a lot of people bag Facebook, but for myself it's helped me enormously, because what it does, it keeps us in contact with our friends in between catch-ups. So for instance, with Jane and David, don't get to see them very often, usually only once a year at the Professional Speakers Convention. But because we catch up regularly on Facebook, it feels like I always know what's going on with them, they always know what's going on with me, and we catch up that way. So that's something to think about. Who have you got in terms of a relationship in your life that is meaningful, that you do enjoy catching up with these people. Do you nurture it? Do you make the effort? Or do you expect them to give you a call and for them to organise it? Or do you go out of your way and organise it because you know that you'll be richer for it when you do catch up? So that's something to ask yourself as to how you nurture your relationships, and whether you do nurture them and whether you make the effort. I know that one of the rules that I have with the friends that we have down here in Melbourne, hi Shelley, how are you? Good to see you, is that at the end of each night, everyone thinks I'm crazy for doing this, but I always do it. At the end of each night, I take out my iPad, and we work out the next catch up so that it's booked in, because otherwise you could go 4, 6, 12 months and not see somebody because you didn't get around to it, because we're always so busy. But for me, my friends and my family are very important, and so I make the effort to make sure that I schedule it in and I book it in. And so that's what we do. For instance, the other night, the Friday night, went out with my girlfriends, a couple of my girlfriends, and we make sure that we schedule in the next catch up. On Tuesday night, I'm catching up with another girlfriend, and we'll always make sure that we schedule the next catch up, so that it's always scheduled, it's always in the calendar, and I can nurture my soul by surrounding myself with the people that make me feel good. So the number one contributor to feeling good is multiple meaningful relationships. So nurture your relationships, go Go out there and make sure that you make the effort, because it's about making yourself happy. And how do you make yourself happy? By getting these things done, not expecting other people to do it. I know that some people, they think that, oh, I organised the last catch-up, why should I organise the next one? Simply because it's all about doing whatever you can to enrich your life so that you can be happy. That's your duty in this world. And so if you're the one that has to always organise your catch-ups, so be it. I'm usually the one that always organises my catch-ups, and that's because that's what makes me feel good to be, like I said, to be surrounded by the people that I love and I care for. So have a good night. I'm going to have a good night tonight at the Stoke House. It's going to be wonderful. I'm very excited to see the new Stoke House. It was very sad to see that it went. So Helen from HypnoFit, have a great evening tonight, and I'll see you during the week. See ya. Bye. See you, Shelley.